and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Eldercare's training series, Eldercare Academy. I am Adrienne.
I'm Amy.
And we are super excited about today's topic. I do love being on the life trainings too.
Yes,
I feel like I get to learn so
I
much being on all the trainings. And so if this is your first time joining us, we do our life trainings every Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Central. And let me just give a peek on who's in here real quick. Okay, so I do see some new names. Welcome. And I do see some familiar names. We got Josh, Nancy, Pat, Shirley, even Bobby here. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to join us live. As always, we want this to be a conversation. Please find the Q&A box. If you're on Zoom, okay, the chat is disabled. You have to use the Q&A box. Please comment. Do you know what Pekin has to offer? I would love to know like where you stand in your knowledge with Pekin right now. And then if you're watching on Facebook Live in our private Facebook group, just comment any questions. And then if you're catching the recording on our YouTube channel, you can comment on there too. And we're always checking that as well. But do you want to do the honors and introduce the special guest?
Sure. Well, so we obviously have Pekin with us today, and we have Miss Therese. She is going to be introducing the products with Pekin. And good morning, Therese.
Good morning. Thanks, ladies. Glad to be on today. Thanks for Eldercare for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for being on. Someone commented, I have never heard of this carrier. That's your audience, Therese. You have some newbies.
I love it. I love it. Well, I hope by the end of this 455 slide presentation, they'll know who we are. Kidding.
Therese has got jokes.
Yeah. I'm a big Knicks fan. Sorry, I hope that's okay to say that, but I'm still very pumped from this weekend's game. So yes. I'm bringing that enthusiasm to the presentation this morning.
We love it. We love it.
Yes, absolutely. And that game was awesome. I saw it.
It was fantastic. I was there, so it was very in New York. So it was very awesome. But that's a story for another day. They don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about Pekin and learn about a company they've never heard about before. So I'm just going to take it from here and just thank Eldercare for the opportunity to present to you all. We have been a partner with Eldercare for quite some time. And today we're going to just go over some highlights on who Pekin is, where we fit, where we might complement your practice, and how best to work with us. So I'm just going to dive right in. First of all, I want to introduce you to our team. Myself, National Partner Relations, which means that I help work with all the firms and the agents across the country. Amy Darling is the Vice President of the Life Brokerage team. Eric Garland and Mandy Hunter, both are probably two of the best internal wholesalers. Lots of experience and tenure in our group, and they are your go-to people for phone calls, questions, illustrations. I've got a guy, I got a gal, how does underwriting work, all that kind of good stuff. And also they can give you some significant help with sales ideas. So we have a very small but mighty team, and we're here to help you grow your life insurance sales. Our goal is very simple. We want to make it easy for you to do business the way you do business, and we want you to feel supported every step of the way. So that means access to real people who pick up the phone, access to people who have a lot of experience in life insurance sales, whether you're new, whether you're a seasoned veteran. We recognize that we have an opportunity to help you develop and grow, and the people you're working with really know life insurance. So when you're working with Pekin, you're not jumping through a lot of hoops. You're not waiting in a queue or getting bounced around. It's one call and we pick up the phone. We know our agents by name and adhere to a responsiveness first approach to service and support. We're hopeful that we meet your expectations when it comes to responsive service. You have direct access to our underwriting team, which is unheard of in the industry today, and I'll talk more about that a little later. And then personalized internal support to help you move your cases forward. We believe in high touch, and high touch to us is from getting appointed to getting onboarded to having help with quoting, illustrations, to policy service, all the way through getting your commissions. So we are there to be your concierge team every step of the way. We know that this is a very competitive space, life brokerage. You have a lot of choices when it comes to carriers, and every firm and every agent operates very differently. So whether you're new to life or whether you're an experienced agent in life insurance, we know that strong partnerships build long-term relationships, and we want to be your carrier of choice. So what you're looking at here is our ratings and our snapshot of our financial strength. We are very proud of our ratings and our financial strength. You're working with a carrier that has been around for over 100 years, even though several of you mentioned that you don't know a lot about Pekin. We are a Midwest company that is debt-free and relationship focused, and we're built on trust, not on transactions. So we have a property and casualty side to our business. We have a life brokerage side to our business. And we are domiciled in Pekin, Illinois, and have been doing business for, like I said, over 100 years. This is the map that we offer our products in. We are up and running in 22 states. In April of this year, we expanded into 5 states. Those 5 states are Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. So you'll see by the green and blue coloring of the map that we have a Region 1 and a Region 2. Region 1 is served by Eric Garland, our internal wholesaler, who has been in the business for over 30 years. And Region 2 is represented by Mandy Hunter, who is our our internal wholesaler for the east side of the country. And we are growing. We are a company that has an exclusive relationship with firms like Eldercare. Not every single agent has access to our products, and that's by design. We choose who we work with, and that's probably why you haven't seen Pekin all over the place, because we work selectively with a national marketing organization and select IMOs all over the country, and Eldercare is one of those relationships. Every week on Tuesdays, we offer an orientation that is one-on-one with our team to go over how to do business with us efficiently, and go over some scenarios of our product line and where we fit and win. We do it alternating Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Central or 3 p.m. Central. If one week is 10 a.m., the next week is 3 p.m. And you'll see more about that in the materials you'll receive after this call. So our insurance portfolio consists of term, whole life, simplified issue whole life, and the exclusive transitional life product. So first, before I get into transitional life, I want to talk about our term portfolio. There's a lot of term out there, a lot of term that does not have conversion options, a lot of term that is very expensive. You've got to find that nice match with it being affordable plus having the conversion options. Your customers today want that conversion opportunity in case something happens to them during the life of that term policy. They want that peace of mind that they can convert it to something else. And Pekin's term rates are very, very competitive. So I encourage you to take a look and run a couple illustrations, and also talk to our team about the conversion ability with our portfolio, because it is a very much a differentiator in the marketplace for us compared to other term products out there. We also have a lot of riders to enhance the coverage, and you can see the list here. And we're going to dig in and talk a little bit about a couple examples of how the products work. I'd like to start with transitional life, because this is our hook. This is a product that has put us on the map. Agents who work with us love this product because it's unique and it gives them an edge, because a client might necessarily not hear about transitional life from another agent because that agent isn't authorized to sell it. So it gives you an edge in the marketplace because you're with Eldercare and you have access to this.
And I feel like I feel like Pekin like started this.
I don't know if we can 100% say that we started it, but I have not seen another product built like our product in the marketplace. I know there's a couple that have a product that's similar,
yeah,
but I think we stand apart here. I definitely do.
Definitely, yes.
So what the Transitional Life is, it is a term product that automatically transitions into a fully paid up whole life policy all in one. So you can have one conversation with a consumer about flexibility, guarantees, and living benefits. And you can have a product that gives them all of that. So how you do it is you choose the face amount, you choose the term length, then you choose the amount you want paid up, and then you choose the riders. So I'm going to go through this. There's a lot of clicks here, and I'm going to go through the clicks to show you the illustration. And if anyone has any questions, please ask me. But this is a very exclusive, one-of-a-kind strategy. And what I love about it is it fits any age and it's flexible for any budget. So we can play around with the numbers, go up a little, go down a little to find that sweet spot that works for your client. So let's take a look. So here we have, and we're going to start with the 40-year-old. We have a 40-year-old male, super preferred. We pick a plan to age 65. The total face amount is $300,000. The paid up at the end of term is $250,000. And that gives this client a $388.50 month premium. Now, I'm a huge fan of our long-term care rider. I try to encourage every agent to add it on. First, because it's a game changer. Second, because it's so affordable and it's not a use it or lose it type of rider. So here we have the long-term care rider has been added to this policy. It's an additional $19.58 a month. And that gives the client access to 5% of the $250,000 paid up benefit, access to that cash monthly if they need it. If they don't need it, it sits there and they've paid the $19.58. But if they need access to cash for a long-term care expense, they have it. So you look fast forward here to age 65. This client has paid all their premiums. They have a cash value of $123,485. Moving on, age 66 and beyond, they pay no more premiums. The cash value continues to grow. If they need, if they choose to terminate this policy and want to take the cash, they can do that. If they choose to keep it going, no more premiums are paid. They still have a $250,000 death benefit. And yeah, oh, by the way, they have that access to that long-term care rider. And they have that access to 5% of $250,000 monthly for a long-term care expense. Told you there's a lot of clicks here. So the premiums they've paid into the policy over the lifetime was $116,550. So you see right away, they're already up eight or nine grand here in cash value, and they don't have any more premiums to pay, and they still have the benefit locked in. So this is a really slick design, and our illustration software makes it really easy to play around with it. And one of the beauties about this product is when you run an illustration and you give it to your client, what they see and they put in their folder and look at it 10, 15 years later is what they get. So that to me gives you peace of mind as an agent, gives you peace of mind as a client, that what you see is what you get. And our team our internal team can help you run any illustration, any scenario you might want to look at. The other area where we excel is in simplified issue whole life. So when your client needs protection and can qualify for more than that final expense policy, what you might want to look at is the simplified issue product. So this is for clients who are 18 to 85. There's no medical exam. We can offer up to $24,999. And again, we go up to age 85. The rates are guaranteed. There's no medical exam. So let's take a look at what that illustration is like. For a 75-year-old male, for a non-smoker, lifetime pay, the max face amount, $24,999, is $187.43. So you can see on our illustration, you can see the premiums that are being paid. You can see the cash value building. The client at any given time can elect to take a reduced paid up policy and never pay any more premium. So let's say they're at age 88. They don't want to pay that 187 anymore. They've got enough funds for a final expense or whatever they were using this policy for, that they don't want to pay any more premiums and they want it fully paid up. That would give them $14,824 of a reduced paid up policy and no more premiums. And it goes on. I just don't have the picture up here. But this is very competitive compared to some of the other carriers out there. Pekin's price flexibility and competitiveness really stands out in our simplified issue whole life compared to many other carriers. So I'd encourage you to take a look. So circling back to transitional life, I want to share a lock it in and forget it approach. I have 3 kids, 19, 22, and 23, and I bought transitional life for them. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. I made them buy it because I saw the value of having a product that you lock it in and you forget it. So maybe you work with a client who has grandkids or kids, adult kids, and this might be a strategy for you to share with them. And maybe the grandparents want to pay for it for their grandkids or their kids. So let's take a look at a 25-year-old and a 40-year-old illustration. So first, a 25-year-old, super preferred to age 65. The total face amount for the term is $250,000. The paid up at end of term is $200,000. The contract premium monthly is $144.03. And then, of course, we add that awesome long-term care rider that gives access to 5% of the fully paid up benefit.
Hey, Therese,
Yep.
on that long-term care rider, do you have to do extra CE or anything to do that?
Great question. Great question. Yeah, you have to check with the state that you're in. Some states do require you to do that. In my experience, when I'm doing these meetings and people ask that question, I mean, it's different for every state, but the majority states, it's very easy to get that extra accreditation. It's usually online, and it's a course that costs maybe anywhere from $80 to $150. Good?
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you, Stephen.
Yep. So let's look where we are once the 25-year-old is now at age 65. So let me click this. There's a lot of clicks, like I said. So they've paid in $69,134 from age 25 to 65. Look at the cash value, $90,646. No more premiums are due. The cash value continues to grow. So again, flexibility, life changes. If they want to do something different, they want to take the cash and call it a day. They want to just keep it locked in and forget it. There's a lot of options with this product. But for $6.61, they have access to that 5% of the $200,000 monthly if they have a long-term care expense. This is a no-brainer, $144 a month. And a lot of grandparents and parents really see this as a unique offering and are encouraging their kids, or they're buying it for their kids. So let's look at a 40-year-old. Excuse me. I'm going to click through this and then I'll go back because I have a lot of arrows. So we have a 40-year-old. They did a 30-year. I know we've talked about lifetime, but you can do 10-year, 20-year, 30-year, to age 65, lots of flexibility. But for this 40-year-old, they did a 500,000 face amount for the term. Then the paid up whole life is 50,000, and the monthly premium is $101.01. It's $3.61 to add that awesome long-term care rider for access to cash. And then you look down here at age 70, there's no more premiums are due. They've paid in 36,000 into the policy. The cash value is continuing to grow, and they have a $50,000 death benefit. So any scenario we can run up here based on what your client is looking to do, and the flexibility around this product in pricing, in duration, and having the access to cash for a long-term care need is really a differentiator. And not any product out there that I've seen mimics what we have with this product. So I would encourage you to give our team a call and run some scenarios if you're not contracted with us yet, because that's the way you see it in action. And our team does a great job. When you look at our illustration software at the bottom, there's a chart that says, okay, I don't want to pay this much. What if I did a to age 65 instead of a 20-year? What if I wanted to do a lifetime? What if I wanted the rider or didn't want the rider? Everything's in this square box, so it's so easy to talk to your client about different options from our illustration software. So I encourage you to have that orientation with our team, because they'll show you how to manipulate and use the software to your advantage when you're in front of a client. So I saved this for the end here, and I really want to stress this advantage that we have at Pekin, because it's really our secret sauce. You have, as an agent working with Eldercare, direct access to our underwriting team. That means you can call and talk to an underwriter and ask, hey, I've got this client. This is what's going on. What's the best approach here? What's the rating class here? You can talk and have a conversation with our underwriting team. We highly encourage pre-screening, asking questions. We have a tutorial one-pager that we just developed that helps you better pre-screen a client if they are going through underwriting. But there's nothing like being able to run a scenario by a human who can give you an answer over the phone. And that's why we continue to be a carrier that offers direct access to our underwriting team. Our landing page, which I'm going to share with you in a minute, when you go to our landing page, all the information about our simplified issue, whole life plan, our underwriting chart, height and weight, the questions we ask, everything you need to know is on that landing page. This is the team that's going to help you get off to success with Pekin. Eric Garland, as I mentioned, is a senior internal wholesaler with over 30 years experience in life insurance sales. Mandy Hunter, I think she's got 8 to 10 years experience in sales. Both of them are dynamic and very helpful, and they're your advocate for success with Pekin. They do personalized onboarding, or they do one-on-one, or they do group onboarding sessions, depending on the agencies and the agents. Bring your case studies, bring your clients samples when you have the conversation with Eric or Mandy, and they'll run scenarios for you and help you. I encourage you, just like you're on this call, every week Eldercare does these meetings, which I think is awesome, having training on life. I also encourage you to really expect that from the carriers you're working with too, that give you sales ideas and training. And that's what this team does at Pekin. Again, Tuesdays, alternating weekly from 11 a.m. one week to 3 p.m. the next week. Central Standard Time. And lastly, I'm going to wrap up with our current incentives. And I'm really excited to share these. And they are also on our landing page. All of this information is there. The first is our Triple Play Summer Challenge. 3 life insurance cases submitted and paid from June 1st to July 31st gives you a 3 $50 gift cards for every triple play. And then for every 3 cases you give to Pekin, you get your name in a drawing for one of the grand prizes. So we just wanted to do something fun to celebrate summer, and it's just a simple little way for us to earn your business and help you get off to a fast start with us if you're new, or maybe you've been contracted, but you haven't written anything with us yet. And then if you look on the right side, this is probably the lowest qualification. This is our 2nd year we've had a trip. For an agent, $50,000 of life premium is airfare for 2 and accommodations at an all-exclusive resort in Punta Cana. I don't think there's any carrier that's lower than we are on the production qualifications for this trip. So I invite all of you to join us and participate and write 50,000 or more with Pekin, and join us next April for 5 days in Punta Cana, because it's going to be great.
Yeah, they have until the end of the year, looks like.
Yep, until it started at January 1st and runs until December 31st. That's correct. And here is our QR code that takes you to the landing page. I'm a person that likes to type it in, not do the QR code. So you see www.pekininsurance.com/life brokerage. And everything you need to know about Pekin is on that landing page. And then, of course, our direct number is 888-346-0012. I don't know if there's any questions, but I do want to just say thanks to Eldercare, and thanks to you guys for logging in on a Tuesday for the weekly life training. And I hope this was helpful and that now you feel like you know a little bit more about Pekin.
Yes, you did such a great job. Thank you so much for explaining that kind of big picture of Pekin, and maybe we have you back again to do a deeper dive, maybe in quoting or enrolling an actual product. We do have a few questions. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So the first question was, do you guys plan on expanding into Arkansas anytime soon?
Not in 2026. State expansion is something that the executive team talks about every year. I do know that is a state that has been requested a lot, but right now there's not any immediate plans.
Okay. The next question was on the paid up, on the whole life with the transitional life, the paid up part. What you set that at the time you do the application, correct?
Yes, great question. You pick the term, you pick what amount you want fully paid up at the end of the term, and you do that at the application, correct?
I believe there's a requirement. It could only be a certain amount of the term, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The minimum face amount is $10,000.
Okay. And with the long-term care rider, does someone get access, I guess, to that once they're not able to perform 2 of the activities of daily living? Is that the requirement on that?
Yes, cognitive impairment or the loss of 2 ADLs, activity of daily living, triggers that. Now, I will speak on this because this is a differentiator with a long-term care rider. There's 2 types. One is an indemnity and one is reimbursement. Pekin's plan is reimbursement. So if they have access to 5% of their fully paid up whole life, let's just say that amount is $5,000 a month. That the client has to keep the receipts and send them in, and then Pekin would pay them the $5,000. So what I typically say is the client puts that $5,000 on their credit card, and 30 days they pay it off when Pekin pays the claim. And that's one of the things that Pekin has been known for decades is the speediness of paying claims. So it is a reimbursement long-term care rider.
Thank you for that clarification too, as well. Thank you.
Sure.
Learning all kinds of things.
Hey, I have been a fan of this product and pushed it a lot with our agents, that whenever I tell them about it, they are amazed about the product that you guys have.
Well, we appreciate that. It's hard to be different in this marketplace anymore. And that's why I love Pekin. And I'm excited to have something that is unique and different that checks so many boxes. So anytime I have the opportunity to talk about transitional life, I love to scream it from the mountaintops, because it separates you. And as an agent, you're looking for that uniqueness where nobody else has something.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Well, hopefully this training inspired everyone to maybe at least qualify for that Ninja smoothie makers or the beach chairs. I mean, that's a really cool incentive. I love that. And if you're not already contracted with Pekin, please reach out to us here at Eldercare. We would love to be a part of, helping you be successful selling the Pekin product. You can give us a call at 1-800-777-9322. You're always going to get a live person, most likely Amy, whenever you call our number, and we're happy to help you any way that we can. We love these relationships with our carriers, and thank you again, Therese, for talking to our brokers.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.